yourself. Good morning, a very good morning to every single one of you. I do want to give a big shout out to everyone who's joining us right now on our live stream. Thank you so much for doing that. But before we get things started, because we're here in person, I'm very excited to say a very good morning to you, Santon. Good morning, Santon. Come on, Santon, you can do a little better. I have some faith in you. We're all together in a live physical event. A very good morning, Santon. That is it. A very good morning to every single one of you, to all of our VIPs, our special children who are here this morning, to all of you who are watching live, thank you so much for doing so, and to all of you as well who are right here in Sandton, whether you're driving by, whether you're just about to commute to the Gautrain, a very good morning to every single one of you. My name is Sia Sangweni, and I have to say, I am my mother's favorite child. I'm also my mother's only child. So for the purposes of this morning, I just wanted to shout that out, just to feel special, ne? But this morning, on a more official note, I have the absolute honor, the privilege, and the sheer pleasure of being your master of ceremonies this morning. So welcome. Oh yeah, thank you. Thanks for that round of applause. I now wish I could come to your workplace and just cheer for you. Because I'm at work and you're cheering for me. Next thing, when you are walking to the printer, I'm going to cheer for you. When you handed in your assignment on time at school, I'm going to cheer for you. That's a great energy, I love it. So on behalf of the whole Gautrain Management Agency, the charter company, the Sonke Gender Justice team as well, I'd like to officially welcome you to the Wellness of a Child Day launch. So you might be wondering what exactly Wellness of a Child Day is all about. Well, this is exactly what you'll be hearing about this morning. You'll be hearing about this campaign, this very, very exciting campaign, and so much more. And so let's get things started, just in setting the scene of what this campaign and this day is all about. We have a very exciting program to give to you over the next couple of minutes, where experts this morning will be discussing how various organizations are changing the trajectory of gender-based violence in South Africa. Trajectory. I mean, I didn't know this word, trajectory. It sounded very fancy. I had to Google last night. I needed to know exactly what we're going to do. But it's all about making the change in South Africa, making the change with gender-based violence. And we know we're living in times and in this country where change is absolutely necessary. And we hear the word change and trajectory thrown around very, very often. And sometimes it merely sounds like a buzzword, but it truly isn't. We know what to change, ne? We don't even have to wait to be the monitor at school or to be the head prefect at school or to be elected in a political position. But change happens in every single engagement. In your school, in your classroom, in your street, at church, amongst your friends. So the fact that you are here this morning, it shows that you want to make a change. Does it show that you want to make a change? Yeah. Come on, Santa. Does it show that you want to make a change? Absolutely. Very, very exciting stuff. So this morning, as our program unfolds, we'll also be unfolding and analyzing how support structures and long-term mentoring programs that focus on instilling honorable values in boys are being implemented. So I do want to put this disclaimer and the preface out there. It is, this morning, is a bit of a focus on the boy child, but that does not mean we are excluding the girl child. We are focusing on the wellness of a child overall. But we do understand, as we have the conversation around gender-based violence in this country, we don't want to make it an us and them conversation. We don't want to make it no, it's not about that. But we want to say, we want to look at the root and look at the cause and being able to make the appropriate change in this country. So I think as opposed to saying we are isolating the boy child this morning, we are rather saying we are empowering and we are equipping the boy child. Never fun. So boys that are here this morning, you've already said that you're agreeing to be part of a change, but that also means, boys, you are here because you are proud to say you're going to be looking after your sisters, right? You are looking after your sisters, your mothers, your aunts, and you are saying that change in South Africa is going to happen positively and change will happen on your watch. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? I know some of you are looking at me going, yes, sis, I will see us now making us sign a contract. He wants us to agree to change. This is a lot. But let it rather not intimidate you, but rather excite you. So we're going to get our program underway in more as we discuss the Wellness of a Child campaign, understanding the fact that it is also aimed at assisting the growth of boys to become good men and also change the course of gender-based violence in South Africa through transformation and moving boys in the right direction and keeping them on track. Do you love the fact that I said keeping them on track and it's a Gautrain event? Excuse the pun there. Hala hala. So together with the support of our various partners and mainly the Gautrain Management Agency, we are aiming this morning to create awareness about the wellness of a child. We're also putting a spotlight on boy children and their emotional, their physical and psychological well-being through partnerships of men empowering organizations and also ensuring that the empowered men can handle empowered women for an equally and balanced society. Don't you love that? We absolutely love that. I have to say, on a bit of a personal note, not only is this just a job for me to be here this morning, but it is something that I personally so fully believe in. You know, I think it's not just saying, oh, I support women, because it's a great hashtag to use, but it is something that must really come to your core. I love the fact that when I was growing up, it was not an option of whether you would support women or support your neighborhood. We were raised in a time where it was a given that a village was going to raise the child. So I love the fact that I can say I am my mother's favorite child, but I can also say that I'm a product of a village who called me out when I was wrong, a village who taught me right from wrong, a village who said you can be better and you can do better. And I want us to also remember this message and this moment in this morning's program to say your father might not be there, it might be school holidays, so your teacher might not be there, but that does not mean you do not have mentors or role models in your life today who can teach you right from wrong. And to the adults who are here this morning, I hope this message also reaches you where you remember that you can start to be that leader in your own community. You can be that leader to put your village together and to make sure that we are raising children who are inspired, who are motivated, who are empowered, and who are equipped to handle and build a healthy society. I love the fact that people are getting excited. I absolutely love the fact. So more so as well, on a very public note, I will not name and shame, but I love the fact that I was chatting to someone a little earlier, and they're like, okay, so women's rights, ne? Beyonce, no, we are not just going to be singing Beyonce lyrics which are all about girls running the world, but we are talking about how we can all run the world and we can all be equipped to do this. So just to reiterate again, before we get straight into our program, I'd like to again thank the Gautrain Management Agency for making an event like this possible. I'd also like to thank our various partners, some who are here and some who are not here as well, for making this possible, but mainly the charter company and the Sonke Justice team as well. It absolutely means a lot. So ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any more time, I think let's get straight into the purpose of the program and the purpose of our proceedings this morning. We're going to be focusing on instilling honorable values in boys, and so to unpack this, the purpose of the program, please, Santon, and I trust you as well, as you are streaming from wherever you are, you will put a hearty round of applause together for Taho Ramaleba. Please welcome Taho to stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all the kids, the children who are with us today. This wellness program, this Wellness of a Child campaign came about a few years ago when we were at the office. We always brainstorm ideas of how to promote the Gautrain brand. And this was one of the many ideas that came about with Dr. Amy Tiersen, whom unfortunately passed away last year. And if she was here, standing here today, she would have welcomed all of you by saying, how well are you today? So my colleagues and I are fondly saying to all of you, how well are you today? A special greeting to our boys who have joined us today. You are our VIPs today, this morning, and I hope that you will remember this day for many years to come. Welcome to the Gautrain, everyone. And for those of you that have never used the system, I truly hope that the ride is going to...
I think deserves a round of applause. So please give yourselves a round of applause. It's absolutely important and it absolutely is inspiring. So let's continue on with our program now. I want to invite one of our experts this morning who will be talking about a very interesting campaign as well, which echoes exactly why we are here, which echoes exactly what the Wellness of a Child Day is all about. They put together and have worked on the hashtag It's Not Okay campaign. And so she is from the Shared Value Africa Initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, and our special VIPs, please put your hands together for Fuyo Lutsega.
Okay, let me get closer. I'm not used to microphones. Can you guys hear me okay? Hello everyone. Very special thank you to Gautrain Management Agency for having me here today. As well as hello to all the VIPs. So now we will have to make sure that we pay respect to the VIPs today, and I'm very excited to do that. On my way here, actually, as I was thinking about what I'll be sharing with everyone today, I actually thought of an Nelson Mandela quote, something he said a few years before, he left us when he was running the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital. And this when he said, there can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children, right? And I think that says a lot about what Kaho was saying earlier, that Gautrain is more than just transport. It's about positively affecting society and the commitment to finding ways to support children, and of course today this campaign that supports boy children is very important, and I'm very, very proud to be here today celebrating our children, celebrating you, our children, our boy children, the potential that you have to be future leaders of this great land of ours. But there's still work to be done, right? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, where I'm from, and the work that we do. I am here representing the Shared Value Africa Initiative, which is a non-profit organization that really works across Africa to show how organizations can really create a business strategy around addressing our issues and our challenges that we face. We build collectives, we build networks that talk about how organizations can come together, work together to really change the African story, to change the narrative, and talk about how we are actively addressing issues in our society. And we do this in many different ways, but one of which is working through our member network, which organizations like Gautrain is. And we work with our members and we tell their stories and we show how we are all working together to create a better society for all on the continent, but of course especially in South Africa. But when we talk about creating a better society, we can't just talk but not talk about how it affects women, how it affects our girl children, and of course our boy children and our LGBTQI+ communities. We launched the hashtag It's Not Okay campaign in June 2020 to look at really how gender-based violence has been affecting all of us as a community. We were hearing horrific stories, we were hearing a lot of stories in the news every day. You wake up and hear things, but we felt like not enough was being done to actually change this story, to change this narrative, and to change the statistics around gender-based violence in our community. How do we as a society talk about improving our community but not talk about how to lower victimization of women, victimization of girl children, victimization of boy children? So we then launched the It's Not Okay movement to not just drive awareness, as I said, but have an impact and change and fight and have stories that we could tell that really showed that our community was getting better with dealing with gender-based violence in a better way. And I want to be clear that, when we launched this campaign, there were other organizations that were already doing this work on the ground. But we wanted to add our own voice to this fight, to find opportunities to collaborate, to break down the silos, and to bring our own network, our own shared value community into this much bigger discussion. This played out in various ways from our website, it's notokay.africa, where you can find lots of information, numbers to call if you need help, right? As well as if you want to find a way to support, you can also pledge your support as an organization or as an individual, right? We also have lots of engagements, lots of webinars and roundtable discussions that really bring together people who want to and who are dedicated to fighting this scourge in our society and really talking about key issues that are affecting not just gender-based violence, but also gender equality. And I think Sia spoke about this as well earlier, that it's about all of us being empowered, to really do what we want to do, have the change or have the impact that we want to have in the world. And an important part of this is, of course, visibly talking about gender-based violence, and Gautrain has been a big partner of that with us. If you travel regularly on the Gautrain, throughout the Gautrain stations, they really partner with us and committed from very early on in order to have messages at the stations, messages online that speaks to gender-based violence, the effect it has on all of us and what we can do to fight it. As It's Not Okay, we also partnered with various organizations that work with young people, that work with scholars as well, to raise awareness, because it also starts with education and awareness as we continue on this fight. So as we try to do our work as It's Not Okay, we continuously create campaigns and messaging, as I mentioned earlier, that commuters can see at the various stations on their journey to work, on their journey home, on their journeys to friends, and hopefully when you see it, you think about it and you talk to those around you about it as well. The conversation does not only happen during Women's Day or Women's Month or 60 Days of Activism. Violence affects us all year long, so we must address it all year long. We appreciate Gautrain for demonstrating their stance on gender-based violence, for committing to supporting #It'sNotOkay and joining us for the long walk that we have ahead of us. What's exciting for us is we're also doing research that actually helps organizations understand this better, so they then know how to fight and how to empower themselves and their employees in addressing gender-based violence. And we'll be launching this soon. So I love the area when Sia said it takes a village, and I actually had a note here for myself as well saying, we know they always say it takes a village to raise a child, and I thought in light of today, maybe they will say it takes a village to raise a boy child. What is the sad truth is that violence breeds violence. Consciously or not, the trouble-ridden communities that our boy children grow up in only teach them how to do the same. It's already a major issue for the older generations like myself, but while we resolve it for ourselves, how do we look forward to make sure our children do not become victims or perpetrators? It is a matter of urgency that we break the cycle, that we break the generational curse, and to help children heal from the trauma of violence experienced at home. We need to dismantle patriarchy. We need to dismantle toxic masculinity. We need to help them grow to help the boy children grow to become complete, healthy in mind and body, compassionate, well-balanced men, right? And it is an honor for us as #It'sNotOkay, for us as the Shared Value Africa Initiative, to be part of today's proceedings, to be part of this launch today, and to meet you all. And we're quite excited to see what such an initiative, what this launch can lead to for all of us as a society. And we look forward to walking the journey side by side with Gautrain. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Vuyo. Another round of applause to Vuyo, ladies and gentlemen. That was Vuyo Lutseke from the Shared Value Africa Initiative. I love to see a crowd forming. So wherever you are, good morning, Santon. We are here proudly launching the Wellness of a Child Day launch. If you're commuting on the Gautrain, thank you so much for doing so. And if you're just in the general Santon area and you want to find out what we're talking about, well, please feel free to stand by and learn as we equip and we empower and we grow the boy child this morning. Vuyo, thank you so much for your wise words. Thank you so much for the earnest and honest and hard work that you do at the Shared Value Africa Initiative. I have to say though, on a bit of a side note, as Vuyo was speaking, she referred to herself as an older generation. And I thought, oh, but when I know Vuyo, same WhatsApp group, does this mean I am now not a card-carrying youth member anymore? So that was a bit of a sobering moment. And then Vuyo, you actually reminded me of a few weeks ago. I feel we are bonding here this morning, né? So I'm going to just lay it out on the line and share what was happening in my life a few weeks ago. I realized that as a bit of an adult, I need to actually make adult purchases. And so I actually had to go and buy a new duvet cover. Do you understand? That is grown up levels. But I went into a store ready to buy a duvet cover, and then I thought, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I actually had to call my mom. I'm like, Ma, so what's a queen? What's a double? How does it work? And my mother said one simple thing, Sia, you're a grown up, bye. So she hung up on me, and that's really between Vuyo and my mother. Remembered, I'm a grown-up. So I'm going to do grown-up things and be grown-up and responsible. So thank you very much, Vuyo, for that reminder. I love the fact that Vuyo and the rest of the team at the Shared Value Africa Initiative are really doing hard work, as I said a little earlier, in calling things out as they are. I love how bold they are with the It's Not Okay campaign, because that messaging is clear, that messaging is straightforward. It's not okay. It is not okay. Say it with me to the VIPs, it's not okay. VIPs, kumnandi to be called VIPs, but you don't want to do the VIP word. Say it with me, it's not okay. It's not okay. There we go. You know, I don't want to bring the mood down, but I just want to reiterate certain things. South Africa is a beautiful country. South Africa is a country that is alive with so much potential, so much possibility, but it is also a country that needs to do a lot of hard work, and it is not an us and them thing. We cannot wait for someone else to solve our problems. We are the change that we are waiting for. We are the change that we are looking for. We are the change that is going to be able to say, it is not okay. So the same way that we can all band together and we can celebrate seeing Zozibini, Miss World on the stage, when we can band together and we can celebrate the Springboks win on the world platform, we should also be banding together and saying it is not okay that South Africa is the world leader in being the rape capital and leading with horrendous and frightening gender-based violence statistics. VIPs, are you with me with that? It is not okay. That is the message that I want us to remember and to retain as we leave here at the end of the day this morning. So moving on now to our next experts who will be joining us on stage. They are from the Character Company. And if you ask me, on a bit of a side note, they put the men in mentor. We are here to focus on the wellness of a boy child, né? So the Character Company's goal is to help to change South Africa's current culture of violence and abuse through an initiative for boys, helping them to grow into good men by instilling honorable values. So they have various mentorship programs that largely run throughout the school terms. During school breaks, they also host a number of character building camps and activities, and they fundraise and bring awareness through various events as well, and those are a cornerstone for them in their expansion plans, and they host these throughout the year. But they'll be speaking more about what exactly the Character Company does and why exactly they want to be involved in a wellness day like today, the Wellness of a Child Day launch. So please put your hands together for Redmond Lowe and Thando Malebe from the Character Company.
Morning everyone. How are you guys doing? Firstly, I want to thank you, Sia, for taking such a light-hearted approach to introducing us and sharing the positivity around the message that we get to share and gather here today. So firstly, I want to tell you about who we are as the Character Company. But before I get into that, I'd just like to thank the GMA, firstly, Sia, Taho, Elsevier, there's a lot of you, Neville, a lot of people have been running around like crazy over the last week and a half to put this wonderful event together and allow us the platform. It's a privilege that we get to stand as the Character Company and share who we are, what we do, and on behalf of our CEO, Dr. Van Skalkwyk, he couldn't be here today, he's unfortunately away traveling. I'd like to just say thank you very much. Okay, so as you mentioned, the Character Company is a long-term mentorship program. Before I get into that, I noticed there was a theme around thanking our VIPs and thanking who we are and what we do. So we are a long-term mentorship program, and like you said, we put the men in mentorship. We've got a lot of our men here today and a lot of the single mothers. The men are very important and very impactful for our organization because the men give up their time selflessly. Men that have families, children, husbands, not husbands, wives. That's what I meant, wives. And they give up their time selflessly to serve on behalf of our program, who we are and what we do. We also have the wonderful single mothers that are striving to do the best that they can as single mothers, do the best that they can to raise the man-child. And yeah, so I would just like to just give them a round of applause. First, thank you for being here and making the time. So, where I fit in, my name's Redmond Lowe. I'm the business development consultant for the Character Company. A role I've started just over a month ago, and I'm very excited. Thando Malebe is our program manager, and Thando has an actual role as a program manager, right? Sounds familiar, everyone's heard of that before. Business development consultant also sounds very fancy, but the only thing I really do is I'm here to ask you for your time and money. So, when we're on the train later, I've got a hat that I'll accept donations in. I've got SnapScan, I'll be accepting all of those, EFT. So like I said, the Character Company is a long-term mentorship program. We initially started our program in 2013, and we are the only long-term mentorship program in the country. I'm very proud to say that. We start accepting boys onto our program between the ages of 5 and 10. The reason we don't accept them between 0 and 5 is because this is when these boys have an inclination to be mommy's boys, right? If a little boy hurts himself, if a little boy scratches himself, it's no, I want my mommy. Mommy needs to kiss my boobies. Mommy needs to make me feel better. But from the ages of 5 to 10, this is where this young man, where this boy child starts to adventure. He starts to figure out what it is to be a boy. He gets excited. Blood is no longer blood. Blood is paint. Everything's an adventure. They want to climb trees. They want to jump. They want to be excited. So all those wonderful things. So this is when their primal instinct kicks in. At the point of onboarding these boys to our program, between the ages of 5 to 10, they have the ability to stay on the wonderful program that we have, on our curriculum, until they reach matriculation, until they are 18. Then they are already equipped and they have the ability to come back and be mentors on their own accord, and they are able to share our beautiful value system that they've essentially grown up in. And yeah, they can carry on the message that we have through the father figures that have raised them in a time of their need, growing up in a fatherless generation. Why is our program important? This was a very important one that I took down, and something that always drives a point across are statistics, numbers. So when I think about why our program is important, I firstly want to touch on the fatherless issue about the boy child. In our country, our beloved South Africa, we have a fatherless rate of up to 70%, and that is a very big number. 70% sounds big, but if I put a number to it, it's exponential. So as a population of 59 million, 70% of 18 million of our 59 people in our country are children. 70% of that 18 million is 12.6 million. To drive that point, 12.6 million children in our country are growing up without access to a father, a male role model. That's why the Character Company is important. That's why our program has been put in touch to help our beloved country at a time of need. 4 out of 5 boys in this country grew up without access to a male role model. And that's not just a father, that's a brother, an older brother that has picked up that mantle. An uncle, someone who said, yes, I'll help you. I'll help you, teach you how to tie a tie. I'll help you fight your battles. I'll help you with whatever it is. Our country is lacking that. And that's why organizations like the Character Company, and there are many others out there, are fighting this battle. And we are looking to change the trajectory of where our country is going. Because I really believe there's restoration in South Africa. If more organizations like the GMA will bring awareness to companies that are trying to change our nation. The current biggest crimes in our country, another thing that I want to touch on, I've just gone from something very exciting, and I believe that this is something that needs to be talked about. The current biggest crimes in our country are a correlation to boys growing up without fathers. So the first one is gender-based violence. That's very, very big for our country, right? So boys essentially aren't taught how to love themselves. So they don't have the ability to learn to love, treat and respect the woman. That's why gender-based violence is very big in our country. The next one is corruption. Boys aren't taught from a fatherly figure or a man of a household how to fight for what they want, how to go out and earn respect, how to be the man. Racism. This is a tricky one, but there is a correlation with this. Boys aren't taught that they are valued by the color of their skin. The color of their skin means nothing regarding their status in the world. Who they are, what they do, their identity, their uniqueness, their God-given ability. That doesn't come from the color of their skin, and they need to be taught that from a young age. Suicide. Another big one. Male suicides and teen suicide is on the rise due to not having father figures that can equip and teach boys how to navigate the world that they are in today. So that's what I wanted to share, and pass you over to Tando, our program manager, who will tell you some more.
Thank you for that one. Good to see everyone. We are really grateful for this opportunity that we've been given. Just want to be short, just like I am, keep it short and sweet. If you want to know more about what we do, actually, we invite you to visit our website, which is www.gautrain.co.za. But I'm just going to talk about the mentors or the men that we're working with. So you'll see I don't prepare, because I think this comes from the heart and from what I've been doing, the passion that I have for the mentorship. And I'm so pleased and I'm so excited to see the VIPs here, our boys here. Can our boys give us a shout? Hi boys! You can do a lot than that, guys. I know you can do that. I mean, it's so amazing to see, these boys, actually we call them young men, sitting there, and I'm thinking, like people will be like, no, but you're young men as well. But definitely that's true. And looking at the boys that we work with, but I'm talking about the mentors that we're working with. So at the end of the day, with the work that we do, we're looking for men, we're looking for mentors, and this we call them fat men. And as you see, I'm fat as well. And what we mean by fat, which is FAT, it means faithful, available, and teachable. And that means when you come into the program as a man, we're looking for men that are willing to and understand the meaning of commitments. We're willing to say, I need to step up, bridge the gap. We have these issues that Uncle Redmond mentioned out here. And you'll see, we refer to each other as uncles. When the boys, they refer to us uncles, and we call each other uncles. And that means, we have these men that are faithful, available, and teachable, willing to step up, willing to be committed to this. Understand that it's not a right thing for us to turn our back against the impact of the single fathers or the impact of our fatherlessness in our homes or in our society. So these are the men that are willing to give up at least an hour or two in a week. That's if you equate it to a month, you're looking about 8 hours that you need to meet with your boys, do a session, use the material that we have. So someone might think, this is something, scary. Yes, it is scary if you think about it. And we're not looking for perfect men, but we're looking for men that understand that as a man, there's challenges. We're looking at the current statistics that Uncle Redmond mentioned and everything that is happening around us. So we're looking for men that are saying, life will get tough, but I'm still willing to step up, impact lives, impact the boys, and walk the journey with them. So what we do in the character company with the mentors, we also support them. We also have what we call regional characters or in the corporate world, you call them regional managers. Those are the guys that also mentor the mentors that we have. So it's not like you're a mentor and then you have to figure things on your own. You also understand that you need someone. We always say you can't give what you don't have. That what that means is that you also need someone to speak into your life. You need someone to impart the wisdom into. And I'm so happy to see we have our mentors, we have our original characters here that we learn from as mentors as well. And also, we also do men's camps. We do what we call mentors around the fire, where we call mentors to say, we have these issues. Let's sit around, let's talk about this. Let's be vulnerable as men, because men don't talk. It's not easy as men to express what I'm going through at home. And then that's what we don't want to see happen with our boys as they grow up. So basically that's short I wanted to talk about. And how do you become a mentor in the character company? What you do, basically go to our website, and then there's a tab there on our website that says become a mentor. It will tell you about everything that you need to do, and then we will take you through the journey, which is the screening and vetting, because you understand that we are working or living in a very complicated world. We need to make sure we know who we're working with. So our mentors are screened and vetted, make sure that they are in compliance with working with kids, police clearance and all that are checked. And from there, we give you a basic training to say, on-job training, you go visit other guys, and basically that's how you become a mentor. So you become a mentor to a group of not more than 5 boys that you see each and once a week for 2 to 3 hours, and then do boy stuff, go cycling, go rock climbing, whatever that you want to do, or go fishing. So basically, we do boy stuff, we mold the boys, as we do with the mentors. So basically, the message is, we're looking for men, we're looking for mentors that are willing to come into the space, help us mentor. Our dream is to see every boy in our country having a mentor, and that's only possible if we get men stepping up to the plate and committing themselves to do this. I'm inviting you to say, don't sit back, we are here. And then we have these 5 values that we teach and impart into the boys. We have courage, which takes courage for me to stand here, which we basically say is to face your fears and conquer them. It took me courage to stand in front of you. Respect, which means these boys that are here, everyone is here, we need to respect each other's belongings, their time, and other people for who they are. So that's what we say, and I have to respect you, you have to respect me. We have self-discipline, which is one of my favorite value, which is to do the right thing before someone tells me. I don't need to reach around or let's say wait for someone to tell me I need to do this. Not skip the red robot. That's what it means. It means as if you're a mentor, you need to live by those values as well, abide by them. We have kindness, which in short just means that you need to show and have a good heart. Not doing things because you want people to see you, but you do things because it's what God says. Less than be kind to others. Here, we want to give our time. And lastly, we have honesty, which in short means to tell the truth even when it hurts or is difficult. So those are the 5 values that we impart into the boys, and then we have other topics and themes that we impart into the lives of the boys throughout the year. So you'll see when the mentors meet. Now it was June, we're talking about courage, and then we go to July, we'll be talking about a different topic. So basically that's what we are. For our website is www.thecharactercompany.co.za, and then someone can find us on 084 777 114. I thank you for the opportunity.
Just one more thing, thank you once again. The rest of the GMA team for making this possible. And just in closing, I'd like to share one thing that Sandra mentioned. We'd like to have every boy in our country that he'll have an available mentor. If he's lacking a father figure in his life, that he'll have a man that stands up and says, yes, I'm willing to be a partner of the character company. I'm willing to pick up that mantle and say, I'm going to do the right thing and help instead of valuing a boy that's going to help change his life. Currently on our program, we've got a waiting list of over 300 boys. And I'm not a rocket scientist, but a lot of you adults that are here would agree with me when I say we should have a waiting list of men knocking on our door saying, listen, yeah, I'm willing to make this change, but it's not. So I'm hoping that avenues like this relationship will be one that will bring a lot of worth in the future to help change that dynamic and bring more men to our organization. Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Thank you so much to the team at the Character Company. Another round of applause to them, please. incredible stuff, absolutely incredible stuff. And I wish you and the team so much success in all of your endeavors and in all of the work that you're doing. It is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm sure exactly what the team was speaking about was hitting home with every single one of you. Yeah. Think about that for a moment. A waiting list of 300 young boys. And that is, who knows, just what sort of percentage that speaks to the rest of the country, because these are boys who have just, or at least, on the list. What about the countless others who have not signed up, but who are also needing responsibility, who are needing a way forward, and who are needing guidance in life? But let's use the number 300 for a moment. Those are 300 lives, 300 young people who need to know how their lives can be shaped. Those are 300 young lives who want to know that they matter, who want to be guided, who want to know that someone can invest in them, not just necessarily in terms of finances, as great as they are, but also in time, in affection, in attention, someone who can say to them, you matter. So I really want that message to really hit home with you this morning. So thank you so much to the team at the Character Company. But I have to say, and yes, great, a round of applause to them. Thank you. On a bit of an aside, yet again, Character Company team, it was very humbling and sobering to hear you, Tando, refer to Redmond as Uncle Redmond. Again, I say Redmond, it's okay, yala. Same WhatsApp group. Should see someone again is going to be calling me uncle. I thought last week maybe it could have been a mistake as I was reversing my car in the parking lot, and the car guard was like, what's a malum? I'm thinking he can't possibly be speaking to me, right? He should be saying, yeah, outie. Clearly this outie life is way past me at this point. But anyway, thank you very much to the Character Company for all that you do. So as we move on with our program now, we will be talking to the Sonke Gender Justice team. Now, to set the scene as to who they are. They are a South African-based non-profit organization that is working throughout Africa, and they believe women and men, girls and boys can all work together to resist patriarchy, to advocate for gender justice, and to achieve gender transformation. The team do incredible work when it comes to the programs that they run, when it comes to their advocacy as well, when it comes to their research, monitoring and evaluation. They really, really, really do amazing stuff. And as we invite them here onto stage in a short little while, they'll also be profiling some of their incredible stories of impact. So just before that, I do want to say, VIPs, are you still with me? VIPs sikhona ne? Ayizenze izinto namhlanje benithi niyeza nizohlala kodwa ngiyabona manje niyavuma amakhanda, okay, things are happening, sisesikoleni la, but school in a good way. I hope you feel that way. It definitely is school in a good way. And then the cherry on top at the end of all of this, we have a very awesome Gautrain experience at the end of this. So I hope you definitely are looking forward to it. To everyone who's within ear range as well, thank you so much for being here. If you can hear my voice and you're very interested in what we're doing this morning, we are launching Wellness of a Child's Day right here, of course, in the Sandton district, in the heart of Sandton, and not even just because Sandton is the richest square mile in Africa, but because Sandton is uber cool by being the home of the Sandton Gautrain station. I love the fact that we're so innovative by hosting this event right here, right near traffic. I think, hello sir, okay, I want to talk to someone. Mr. JMPD, how are you? Are you good, sir? Can you give us a quick beep beep? Just there's something, just a quick beep beep. We can't hear beep beep, come on. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Another one, just a quick one. There we go. That is what it means to be in the heart of Sandton. We're getting everyone involved because we have an absolutely incredible message to share. We're launching Wellness of a Child's Day. We want everyone to remember this. We want everyone to know about this. Hey, even the JMPD has been roped in as well, so we absolutely appreciate it. So moving on with our program, without wasting any more time, please put your hands together for Bafana Kumalo, who is from Sonke Gender Justice. Bafana.
Sanbonan, Dumelang, Abshed, Ola Machita, Ola, Eitabo sisters, Eita. Let me first thank the program director for affording us this opportunity to give a few remarks, and thank Gautrain for being a good corporate citizen. A corporate citizen that does not just transport people, but also knows that it is part of this community. Ngifuna ukukhuluma okokuqala nithi eSouth Africa sinamalimi awu-11. We have 11 official languages in South Africa, isn't it? So I'm going to try and mix and match SABC 1, 2, 3, and 4, and possibly 5, 6, and 7. Can the boys raise their hands? Thank you, Machita. All of you, mthemba ukuthi niyazi ukuthi nila ngoba ninabomama. Do you know that? Ukuthi omama benu banakekela, banikhulisa, naze nafika la nikhona. And omama benu banenhloso ngani ukuthi nifike ezingeni eliphakeme ngempilo yenu. Bomme baluna balikhathala balirata. Again, seo ba se hlokang fela ho lona ke hlompho. Hlompho le lerato le ho ikgathalla. Part of the challenge we have in South Africa is that as men, as Sia has indicated, we don't take good care of ourselves first. We forget that we are here because of women. Now, Machita, I want to say to you, we have many challenges as Colin said. There's the challenge of bullying. You know what bullying is. When somebody feels that you're stronger than somebody, and therefore you will treat that person with disrespect and show that you've got power over them. If you now go to Machita today, your strength as a young man must be demonstrated in the way that you care for yourself and care for your sisters. Uma ngabe umuntu wesilisa unakekela labo abaseduze nawe, lokho kubonisa ukuthi unamandla. In other words, power is never about abuse. People who abuse other people actually are cowards, because normally they target those that they think are weaker than them. Angeke uthole esikolweni umuntu ohluphayo ohluphe ezinye izingane alande intanga yakhe. They will always go for somebody that they think is weaker in the group. Somebody who's smaller, somebody who looks different. I am saying to you, part of wellness, ukuze sizibone ukuthi singabantu abaqotho abakha izwe lakithi, kufanele sibonise uthando lwethu ngokuthi sinakelelane. Take care of each other, take care of our sisters, and support them, and love them. Love our mothers, because they loved us. They have been able to be there for us, and will always be there for you. All they need from you, Butubatani. Talking to the sisters, because I know that Gautrain is starting this project for boys, which is very important, because we need to build men of tomorrow. But as we build these men of tomorrow, we also need to take care of the sisters of tomorrow, who are going to be women tomorrow. Gautrain is a phenomenal experience. Yakhiwe abantu abanochwepheshe, engineers with massive skills. You are going to enjoy the ride. A fast train that can travel from here to OR Tambo in 15 minutes. Almost unbelievable when you think in your mind, but it is possible. Why is it possible? Yingoba Gautrain has used all the skills that are available to build this phenomenal experience. And when they were looking for Abantu Abazawaka, this experience, they were not looking just for men. They were looking for skills. And so you had women who were part of that experience. I'm saying to the sisters who are here, including my own daughter, Sweetness, in the crowd, who doesn't like me out here. The future is women in this country. Women in the sense of most of our sisters have not been given opportunities in the past in terms of education, access to skills, engineering, being doctors, lawyers, and the rest. But you now have an opportunity. Uma ngabe ulalela abazali wenza lokho ofanele ukwenze, nawe uzofinyelela ukuthi ube ingxenye yabantu abakha ama-projects afana ne-Gautrain. Gautrain should not be running just between Pretoria and Johannesburg. Ifanele iqhubeke iye eSoweto. Ifanele iqhubeke iye eKuruleni, in the far ends of Delmas, ukuze wonke umuntu akwazi ukuthi a-enjoye this experiment of being in this fast train. Our country is talking about building a train between Cape Town and Durban, Cape Town and Johannesburg, which is going to be also a fast train. We're going to need skills of young people like yourselves. Now, you cannot have those skills uma ngabe singalalelani, singalalela amathishala wethu, singalalela abazali, singenzi lokho kufanele sikwenze, so that we also can be in a position to occupy these jobs and contribute to the future of our country. I think your being here today, ifanele ukuthi inspire ukuthi you wish that now, very soon, uma ngabe suqedile izifundo zakho, you will be part of a project like this, and you can be proud umutshela abangani bakho ukuthi ubona nje leya project nami isandla ngasifaka. It's possible, it can be done. All it requires ukuthi uzi-apply like ozakwethu bebekhuluma la. Uma ngabe you build your character ukuthi ube umuntu oqotho, ube umuntu ohloniphayo, ube umuntu onakekelayo, ube umuntu ozimisele ngokwakha iSouth Africa entsha, you can do that. It is possible. It can be done. All it requires is that you apply yourself. And as we do that, we need to make sure, I'm emphasizing again to the boys, let's take care of ourselves, let's take care of our sisters, let's take care of our communities. Our communities are in our hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Baba Fana. We really appreciate that. Another round of applause to him, please. Absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. I want to just find out very quickly from the team, should we go into the video just yet or in a few minutes? In a few minutes, no problem. I hear we speak sign language and that's it. Thank you very much, Baba Fana, for your earnest words, for your very sincere words. But Baba Fana, I need to say, pressure, man. Yeah, as much as you've relaxed me to speak all of the language that I'm very much comfortable with. I'm from Durban, so but then there's also pressure. If we're going to be representative of all of our official languages, yeah, my African days ended maybe many moons ago. And if I now probeer Afrikaans te praat. I think it will sound like I'm downloading every single word, and my bandwidth will be moving very, very slowly. So I don't want us to do that, but rather let's focus on the message of the day and exactly what we're doing. It's so inspiring to see all of you, as now I really felt like we were properly in a classroom. So many of you were nodding, some of you want to make notes on your phone as well, as Papa Fana was speaking. It's so inspiring that everyone is getting involved in the message and the ethos of the day. And so to our crowd as well, who have joined us as we are live right here in Sandton, thank you so much for doing so. You have a few minutes to spare, we do appreciate it. We are here launching the Wellness of a Child Day. This is proudly brought to you by the Gautrain Management Agency, the Charter Company, and the Sonke Gender Justice team as well. So in order as well to further reiterate exactly what we're speaking about, I do very proudly mention the Gautrain and the fact that we are here at the Sandton Gautrain station. So I think it's now time for us to reflect on the true story of the Gautrain brand. So introducing what they call the golden thread, the beautiful story of the Gautrain.
The story of Gautrain is not about a train. It's about how far we have come. The faces we meet, the places we see, and our everyday lives journey. It's about a new energy that has come to life. A golden thread that connects Africa to the world, bringing jobs to people and people to jobs. It's a story of a new face and pace of Gauteng's public transport. We have come a long way, and still we're on the move, faster than ever. This is a story of a province with a pulse that never stops. This is a story of an amazing ride as Gautrain comes to life. Phambili Gauteng, phambili.
Thank you very much to the Gautrain team for making that possible. Isn't it exciting? I want to ask our VIPs this morning, how many of you namhlanje seke nayigibele iGautrain? Obani seke bayigibele iGautrain? Nathi ngibona izandla. Okay. So abaningi benu kuzobe niqala namhlanje to gibele iGautrain. Yes, yes. I envy you. It's going to be an exciting opportunity namhlanje. I cannot wait for you to get onto the Gautrain and really experience the wonder, the innovation of this incredible mode of transport. And so from that point, actually, I'd like to now welcome, as we wrap things up, a member from the Gautrain team to give an official vote of thanks before we move on to the very exciting other parts of today's program. But please, may I have Muachi in, a member of the Gautrain team. Please put your hands together for Mr. Muachi.
Everyone, our VIPs, how are you feeling today? Our VIPs, young men, how are you feeling today? I can't hear you. Are you feeling great? Today we are here to celebrate you. We are here to enjoy the day with you. I'm standing here, my name is Muachi Mulefabangwe, I'm part of the Gautrain Management team. I'm standing here on behalf of our COO who could not connect with us online, Mr. Tepo Kobe, to just stand here to thank you. But before I thank you, I would just want to say a few things. As the organization, we are very excited about the partnership that we are having with all our partners who are here today. And you all have heard from Tlaho that this is not the first. It's one of the many which are coming through. As the organization, as the GMA, we pride ourselves to be one of the companies amongst the state-owned entities in South Africa, which had been doing much better than others. I don't want to say it's been doing well. You have seen what has been happening all over, but as an organization, we pride ourselves with the commitment that we've been giving, the good hard work that has been giving as the organization to the public out there. And I know I've seen some hand where some of you guys have indicated that you've been in the train. It has been quite a journey for this train to be where it is today. There's been lots of hard work that has happened. There's been a lot of people have come in and a lot have left us in the journey that we've been going through. And we want to take you with us. We are, I think, in this year we've celebrated our 10 years in 2 years ago. We are moving on with the journey towards the end of the concessionaire as an organization, and we are enjoying this journey. So as young boys, we want you to be with us when we move into this journey. I'm going to tell you a few things about myself. Where I grew up from a village somewhere in Northwest, where I never thought I'll be first. I never thought I'll ride on the metro rail, because where I stayed, there's no such things there. I moved to Joburg. I saw lots of things which really made me want to be part of South Africa, made me proud to be who I am today. I grew up as a boy in a family of 3 boys with 1 sister. And you know, these boys, when you have a sister and you are boys, you always want to make sure that your sisters are protected. And I hope some of you here guys are making sure that your sisters where you are protected. Am I right? So what really happened with us as the 3 boys in that family, where we had our stepdad who actually left us when my sister was just 6 months old. And when we thought he's gone to work, he never came back. We left with our mother, our grandmother, our grandparents. And in that time, it became difficult, where my mother had to say, you know what, I have to go to Johannesburg and start looking for a job. And leaving the three boys and a sister with the grandmother. And today I'm proud to say that my grandparents actually made who I am today. They made sure that I grow up to be a man that I am today, because they made sure that every day I woke up. You know, when I refused to wake up to go to school, I know some of you have seen with my kids at home. In the morning when you ask them to wake up, you say, you know what, you have to go and bath and go to school. They start making excuses. You know, the teacher, Lady, I don't want to go to school. My teacher was teaching yesterday. I didn't want to go to school because they give us difficult homeworks. And we used to do that. I used to do that to my grannies and try to make excuses not to wake up and go to school. And you know what my granny will do? She'll go and get cold water. If you don't get out of that bed, she'll throw the cold water on you. You'll wake up and go and bath because it's cold. Because when you go there, you're gonna get a warm water to bath with, and you go in. And perseverance, guys. We persevered and we grew up as myself and my brothers. You can't believe. Today, when I got married, I was only 25 years when I got married. And today, two days ago, I was celebrating about 19 years of my marriage. I have three kids. I only have 1 boy, and he is my friend in that house, because every time, everything that he does, he has to come to me and say, Daddy, I want to do this. Is it right or is it wrong? And we made sure that because I grew up without having that man who I can talk to, so I don't want my kids to be in that way. So as we stand here, I think I'll have to thank the character company, thank Sonke for the initiative that they really have taken to bring you in and try and mentor you, make sure that you guys grow up to be the men who we're all gonna be proud of tomorrow. Most of us, in 10 years or 15 years to come, we won't be standing here. It will be you as well, coming and standing here to talk to other young men in that. How would you want you to relate the story to them? What legacy do you want to build for those kids who will be coming, or your siblings, anyone who will be coming after you? What legacy do you want to leave for them? And for me, I told myself, I'm not going to leave the same legacy that my grandmother gave me or my grandfather gave me. Yes, my grandfather left me with a legacy. He left me with some set of cattle that I have to look after today. But is that what I want to leave for my kids? I want to leave more for my kids, not just cattle or anything that is there. I want to make sure that those cattle become more and more. It becomes an investment for them. And even yourself, you don't have to give up and say, you know what, I'm just staying with my mom, I don't have a dad, I'm staying with my grandparents, I'm not gonna be who I want to be tomorrow. Just persevere. Make sure that when the teacher gives you that homework to do, when you get home, the first thing you do is that homework. Before you could even do any other things or go and play on the street, you go and look into that homework and say, my teacher wants me to do this, and you do it. Because that homework tomorrow will give you an A grade at school. And you become fortunate when you get to university, you get a bursary or a scholarship, you go to university, and tomorrow you come back and you help your mother in whatever endeavors that you want to achieve at that time. So don't look at yourself and say, no man, I'm out. I'm not gonna be able to buy myself a Porsche car or the Mercedes Benz because my mother doesn't have anything that can take me forward or that can take me to school and all those things. Whenever your mentors I had, when the program manager from Character from here, whenever your mentors talk to you, listen to them, because whatever that they are imparting from you is the knowledge that no one will take away from you. In that note, colleagues and young men, I would like to close off by just giving a short vote of thanks to everyone who is here. I'd like to thank the Character Company for all the good work that they've been doing, the Sonke Gender Justice teams for all the good work that they've been doing with you guys. Make sure that whatever that you take from them becomes your legacy. It becomes what you will go out there and make you someone in that. Thank you very much. That will be it from me. Thank you.
Another round of applause, please. Another round of applause. Thank you so much to Moagi Molefa Bangwe, who's the Senior Manager at in the Human Capital Unit, at Gautrain. And on that point again, I don't mean to kill the lily, but I do want to reiterate the importance and the gravity and the exceptionalness, I'll make that a word today, of the Gautrain. Thank you so much for being and making sure that this event goes off without a hitch and actually putting this event together. So kudos to the Gautrain Management Agency. It shows that you have pride, it shows that you are willing to celebrate, it shows that you are willing to teach, it shows that you are part of the fabric of our communities and you are part of the fabric of our future as well. So it absolutely means a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to the Gautrain team. Awesome stuff. And we want to absolutely thank all of our various partners as well for being part of this morning's event. Thank you so much to the character company, Sonke Gender Justice, as well as Vuyo from the Shared Value Africa Initiative. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your energy, your insights by speaking to us. We absolutely appreciate it. And thank you so much, wherever you've been watching, as you have joined our live stream. We absolutely appreciate your time for joining us, and we hope that you have been both entertained but also enthralled as you have been learning throughout our program as we launched Wellness of a Child this morning. So the conversation does not stop here. Please do continue the conversation online as well. Please feel free to hashtag awareness. So please feel free to use the hashtag Wellness of a Child. So a hashtag Wellness of a Child, and also use the hashtag Gautrain Journeys. And you can also follow at the Gautrain on various social media platforms, and you can also follow our various partners and stakeholders as well. So the party does not end for the various VIPs who are here. VIPs, are you still with me, man? You're excited to make things happen. So the party might be ending for the live stream in the next few minutes, but the party continues right here as we are live in Sandton. So to our VIPs, you now have the absolute special celebration and the occasion of jumping on one of our Gautrain trains as we journey to Centurion. So I do want to just reiterate and unpack a few house rules before we continue with the rest of the days. And so that is, please make sure that you all have your cards with you. They should be passed out right now by one of our Gautrain representatives, and that is the card that you will be using to access and ungena phakathi Gautrain. So ikhadi lakho is tap and go. So you'll just make sure that once you get to the proper systems, you tap your card, the gate will open up, and that you can go. Halala, I see some people, yes, tap, practice, tap, and then you go. Yes, and then you tap, and then you go. That's it. Love that. Love the excitement. And then please do make sure, our VIPs, please make sure that you use the restrooms before you go into the Gautrain, because there won't be any stopping until we reach Centurion. So if you feel like you want to use the restrooms, please use them now at this station before we carry on further. And please ensure that there is no eating or no drinking once you enter the station, and especially once you enter the train. So we hope that you can abide by these rules so that we can all have a very enjoyable time. We're all on the same page, no? We're all on the same page, great. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to any member of the Gautrain team who will be able to assist you, but especially those who are wearing the Gautrain jackets. And especially, I'd want to call out their names so that you can see them. Where is Aletta? Aletta, please put your hand up. Aletta's over there, thank you. Tlali, where is Tlali? Thank you, Tlali's over there. And also Elsabi. Elsabi, where are you? Thank you, Elsabi. So to our VIPs, if you have any questions, those are the three ladies that you can go and to ask. So it has been such a marvelous morning, it has been such a marvelous event. And I want to just reiterate a few key points and a few key messages to our VIPs. VIPs, yes, but you're very excited. Yes, but you are ready with your cards to tap and go. But I want to just leave this message with you as we wrap today's program. It is no coincidence that you are here. Nah? It is no coincidence that you are here. It is no coincidence that you have been chosen. It is no coincidence that you are hearing people speaking and you are hearing all of these lessons today. I know sometimes in Pilwen we have this thing of being filled with self-doubt and going, and sometimes a length of going, well, why me? Why me? I hope Namhlanje has been a lesson for you to remember why not you. And I want this moment and this experience to hopefully resonate with you, Namhlanje, so that you remember that you can claim these lessons, you can claim the power, and you can claim what is your birthright. And you go on after this event as you remember your own wellness in shaping who you are and in shaping your life. I hope this morning has been a reminder that you matter, you are worthy, you are valuable, and what you have to say matters. Your being here matters. So it has been nothing short of a pleasure being your master of ceremonies this morning. My name is Sia. Until we meet again, see ya.